Today I am detailing a 2005 Camry with 132,000 miles. So this video is just to give you an idea of how we clean carpets and leather seats and part of the door panel and the back of the leather seat. So this car is a little different because being an 05, 18 years old, it actually has semi-real carpet. I think it's still synthetic, but at least it's carpet that mimics your house carpet. So it has piles and kind of fluff to it. It's not inherently stain resistant like house carpet is. So of course, manufacturer's trying to save a little bit of money. But nevertheless, anyway, so I sprayed an enzyme pre-spot which begins to break down organic stains, loosen up the gunk from the fabric, also neutralizes the stains and some odors. And then what I'm doing with this tool, which looks like a giant electric toothbrush, is just kind of agitating the product, because you spray it on, that's not quite good enough. You actually need to kind of work it into the fabric. Imagine if tiny little robots could climb into the fabric and kind of move the dirt and kind of yank it out and move it around. That's kind of the idea. This agitation is like a mechanical effect to just begin the expedite the breaking down process of the gunk. That way, the next step, we can lift as much dirt out as we can. Automotive carpet has some semi-thick padding, but it's very, very thin. Everything tends to stay on the top, on that top layer. And if it goes down below that, it is what it is. We just leave it alone. So this is a rotary polisher, which typically gets used for polishing the paint, but it works fantastically with carpets. Wool pad is on it, so wool kind of acts like a suction, like a vacuum, because of the products and all the agitation. So as the wool spins across, it's spinning at 500 or 600 RPMs, and it's lifting that dirt out. It's kind of pulling this dirt out. So the reason I do it this way is because I'm trying to work as dry as I can. I don't want to soak the carpet. This is a dealer car, so they're not paying for what everybody else gets. If this was a customer car and they wanted this detailed, I would be using different tools most likely to achieve a little bit better results. But nevertheless, I use these tools mostly. And anyway, the carpet came out pretty good. And so now we're moving on to the passenger front leather seat, the bottom cushion. This seat was, all the leather is pretty scummy. It's tan starts to turn brown or black as it gets dirtier, and of course the dirtier leather is the shinier it gets. It always starts, clean leather always starts out matte. Now, some leather is made shiny, like we have a Lazy Boy chair. That thing has an incredible amount of gloss. Well, it's supposed to look pretty, you know, you're making it look fancy and pretty. Automotive leather, on the other hand, in most cases is matte. So when you clean it, the matte returns. So this machine is a dual action polisher, which also gets used for polishing exterior paint. It has a microfiber pad on it, and I'm using the same carpet cleaner, which doesn't contain any soap. You do not want to put soap in your carpet, because if you don't get it out, it's going to continue to draw the dirt. So same thing with the leather. If we put soap or all-purpose cleaner on the leather, all-purpose cleaner, even though mine is safe for interiors, it can break down the leather, and really if you're leaving any residue behind, it's going to attract more dirt and actually get dirtier quicker. So this combination works really well. Foaming the carpet cleaner on, it's one of the safest things you can put on your seat, because it's not hurting the material. It's only going after the dirt. So the microfiber pad works because it's actually generating, it's like a vibration back and forth motion, and also rotates at like 400 RPM. So it mimics what you can do by hand, but it does it 1,000 times faster and better, of course. These machines, not only are they more efficient, they're faster, they do a better job in less time. That's really what efficiency is. I couldn't scrub it like that. Okay, I could take a leather scrub brush and scrub. I wouldn't be able to do it would take much longer, and I would not achieve the same results as the machine. So the microfiber pad is beneficial for the leather, because like with wool, that wool pad on the carpet, microfiber really just yanks that dirt out in quick fashion. Leather is harder to clean than the door panels, because door panels are harder. There's less pores. the leather really holds onto that dirt. So as you can see, the leather seat is coming out. It's kind of returning to that matte finish. It's really hard to tell at this angle in this shot, but the leather is returning to matte. Now this leather is heavily worn. These seats actually need to be restored. Just about every seat, every piece of leather, especially that center console, you can't see it, but it's very worn. The color is disappearing because the clear coat is failing on there. Leather is painted and clear coated just like the exterior of a car. So now we move on to the passenger rear. The upper part of this door is pretty clean because this had small children in it and they can't really reach or touch these parts of the doors. The only part of the dirty area is where the towel is below that pocket there. There's a lot of kick marks, scuff marks, and then that door sill plate is also scuffed up from all the tiny little feet with their dirty little shoes scuffing. This color, it hides dirt very well, and actually this material is very kind of hard and glossy, so the dust tends not to stick, but what's visible, what you can really see is the scuff marks, the impact, the friction that's created by whatever, toys, backpacks, shoes. And as you can see, one pass just melted that dirt right off that thing. Unfortunately with leather, it takes a lot more than one pass to remove all the dirt. But nevertheless, this machine works on leather and plastic, and it does a really good job. It just does so much better of a job than I could scrub by hand. I do have leather scrub brushes, and they're fantastic. And if I can't reach a given area with the machine because it's a 5-inch pad, then I'll use it, but only for like tight areas. Now we're going to move on to the door sill, this door sill plate where all those tiny feet step, and as you can see, the dirt just melted right off that top part of the plate. Now this little bottom piece here that sits in the jamb above the rocker, it's a lot dirtier because it's exposed to the elements more. The dirt runs down when it rains or whatever. So I had to spend a little bit more time on that, but that came out pretty good. The materials in the older vehicles were just a lot harder. They could take impact without scuffing, but when they got scuffed, it would be black, and a lot of times it would be hard to come off, hard to get off, just because you had to really kick it hard in order to make a mark. So when you did that, it was really stuck on there. But this combination really works well. Now the newer vehicles, the materials are much more durable, as in they don't fade and crack. They're much softer, so the tiniest little bit of impact leaves scuff marks. So the back of this passenger front had a lot of shoes and food and just gunk scuffed, and little tiny feet. His little short legs were actually able to reach the back of the seat and kick quite a bit, and this whole back thing was pretty black. It's really hard to see in the shot, but that little saddle pocket was very black. This bottom piece was almost as black. You could see the scuff marks, but the machine cleans it up pretty good. Anyway, I just want to make this video just to show you real quick. We usually go into more depth. We would clean this at a better process if this was a regular customer, but dealers are they're kind of cheap. So, all right, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you liked the video, and bye.